The internet just hit the panic button again, and this time the rumor mill is spinning so fast it needs a seatbelt. Viral chatter is exploding over an alleged emotional jail call moment involving Chrisean Rock and Tory Lanez, and social media is acting like someone leaked the finale script to a scandal series nobody knew was filming. Tears, phone calls, "This changes everything" captions the timeline is in full meltdown mode. And before anyone asks, no, we're talking about circulating claims and online reactions, not stamped courtroom facts, but try telling that to the comment section, detectives, because right now, the web is treating this like a crossover episode between a prison drama, a reality show, and a celebrity soap opera on triple speed. One clip gets reposted, 10 creators add context, and suddenly everybody's an expert in phone call psychology and emotional forensics. Apparently the FBI, 3 judges, and your cousin's barber are all working the case, if even half of what people are suggesting is true. It's explosive. If it's exaggerated, it's still nuclear-level gossip. Either way, this story didn't knock it, kicked the door off the hinges. Stay locked in, because this rabbit hole has Wi-Fi and 0 breaks. The situation didn't just trend, it detonated. Within hours, social feeds transformed into digital war rooms after viral posts began claiming that Chrisean Rock had an emotional moment tied to a reported jail call involving Tory Lanez. Notice the wording: viral posts claiming, because online information now travels like gossip strapped to a rocket. One dramatic caption later and suddenly the internet is acting like it intercepted classified audio with popcorn in hand. Clips, quotes, and source says screenshots started bouncing across platforms at light speed. Nobody could agree on the original source, but everybody had a reaction ready. That's the modern formula. Verification walks, speculation teleports, and reaction content? That thing sprints like it's late for a flight. The timeline didn't ask, "Is this confirmed?" It asked, "How fast can I repost this with dramatic music?" Supporters instantly leaned into empathy mode. They painted a picture of emotional overload, pressure, and vulnerability, arguing that when personal conversations become public spectacle, anybody would crack under the spotlight. Their stance was simple: human first, headline second. And honestly, that argument landed with a lot of viewers who are tired of watching real emotions get turned into viral snack content. Critics, on the other hand, came in swinging like opinion heavyweights. Their take? When your life plays out online, your moments, even the messy ones, get judged online. They argued that, emotional or not, every public figure knows the camera never really turns off anymore. To them, this wasn't shocking. It was predictable, not a twist, a continuation, and floating between those 2 sides is the confused majority saying, "Wait, did this even happen the way people are saying?" Which might be the most intelligent sentence posted all week. The storytelling chaos got even wilder when multiple versions of the alleged call narrative started circulating at once. One version said it was deeply emotional and revealing. Another said it was brief and overhyped. A third insisted it was misinterpreted. A fourth said the entire thing was being stitched together from unrelated moments. Congratulations, we now have 4 timelines and 0 official transcript. That didn't slow anything down, not even slightly. Reaction creators started producing breakdowns with the confidence of people who had absolutely no doubt and possibly no primary source. You could practically hear the ring lights powering up across the country. Titles promised truth, thumbnails promised shock. Certainty was sold wholesale. Social media detectives began their favorite hobby: forensic caption analysis. They zoomed into repost timestamps, compared wording across platforms, and built elaborate theories from emoji choices. Yes, emoji choices. We have reached a point where a crying face and a broken heart icon are considered supporting evidence. In the court of public opinion, Your Honor, exhibit, historical context also got dragged into the spotlight. Commentators revisited past controversies, past alliances, past conflicts, basically the entire cinematic universe of prior drama. Because when a new rumor appears, the internet never treats it as isolated. It connects dots like a conspiracy corkboard built by caffeinated interns, The celebrity adjacency factor added more fuel. People connected names, relationships, and old interviews into the narrative stew. Remember when they said this back then? Suddenly became a trending argument. It didn't matter if the clip was old, if it fit the mood, it got used like evidence. Context became optional. Drama became mandatory. Meanwhile, the meme economy clocked in right on schedule. Within hours, parody edits and over-the-top reenactments started circulating. Some were clever, some were brutal, some were so savage they needed a warning label. That's the dual nature of internet culture. Empathy and mockery often share the same timeline and fight for screen space. Live stream chats turned into digital courtrooms with zero judges and unlimited shouting. Viewers demanded answers from hosts who were also refreshing their feeds for answers. Questions became guesses. Guesses became statements. Statements became confirmed 2 reposts later. Watching rumor evolve into assumed fact in real time is like watching popcorn turn into fireworks. And let's talk about the phrase that supercharged the entire narrative: "This changes everything." That line spread faster than the story itself. It's the most powerful forward marketing slogan in online drama. It promises transformation, revelation, and plot twist energy, even when nobody can clearly define what exactly changed. It's emotional clickbait jet fuel. Some calmer voices tried to slow the frenzy, reminding viewers that alleged jail calls are often private, controlled, and legally restricted, meaning details online are frequently incomplete or distorted. Those voices were thoughtful, measured, and responsible, which of course means they got half the engagement. Because outrage is candy and caution is broccoli, still, the emotional angle kept people locked in. Whether the reported call details are accurate, exaggerated, or misunderstood, the idea of a tearful moment connected to a high-profile incarcerated figure carries cinematic weight. It feels like a crossover episode nobody ordered but everybody is watching. And here's the tension point: when stories mix emotion, incarceration, celebrity, and mystery, the audience doesn't just watch. They pick sides. They build narratives. They invest. It stops being information and becomes storyline. That's when viral gravity takes over. Right now, we're not looking at a closed case. We're watching a developing narrative cloud thick with claims, reactions, edits, and emotional interpretations. The truth may be smaller, bigger, or completely different, but the reaction wave is already massive. And just when you thought the rumor storm had reached maximum volume, the internet grabbed a bigger speaker system. Because the second wave of this saga didn't just roll in, it cannonballed into the pool of public opinion. Reaction channels multiplied overnight, timelines split into factions, and everybody suddenly had a deeper angle that somehow made the story even more explosive than the version from 2 hours earlier. This is where viral controversy evolves into full cinematic universe mode. Not just one storyline, multiple spin-offs running at once. One corner of the internet is analyzing the alleged call angle. Another is dissecting emotional reactions frame by frame. A third is connecting this to past industry drama, like detectives building a crossover timeline nobody asked for, but everybody is watching. Influencer commentary added jet fuel. Some creators spoke with absolute certainty, like they were personally hiding under the table during the alleged conversation. Others took the "I'm just asking questions" route, which on the internet usually means I'm about to suggest something wild with polite wording. It's the digital version of saying no offense before launching a missile. Then came the cryptic post-Olympics. Vague tweets and story posts started popping up from people loosely connected to the broader celebrity circle. Lines like "pain reveals truth" and "phones expose more than people think" started trending. No names, no context, just mystery-flavored gasoline. And the audience immediately turned into codebreakers. People were screenshotting, circling words, drawing arrows, and building theories like they were solving a celebrity escape room. Nobody knows if those posts were actually related, but that has never stopped the internet before, and it's not about to start now. Meme pages reached championship form. Jail phone graphics, fake subtitles, overdramatic reenactments. auto-tuned emotional call parodies. The creativity was impressive and slightly unhinged. Social media comedy moves fast, empathy walks, jokes sprint. By the time a serious discussion thread loads, 3 parody versions already have theme music. Supporters pushed back hard against the mockery, calling it insensitive and exploitative. They argued that emotional moments alleged or not shouldn't be turned into remix content. Their posts gained traction, especially among viewers tired of seeing every personal struggle converted into engagement farming. The phrase "this is still a real person" started appearing more often, which is usually the signal that discourse has reached peak intensity. Critics countered with equal force. They claimed public drama invites public commentary and nobody gets a reaction. Shield because emotions are involved. Their stance was blunt, loud, and heavily upvoted. According to them, when your brand is built on raw transparency, the audience won't suddenly switch to privacy mode during crisis episodes. Fair? Harsh? Depends which comment thread you're reading. Pop culture comparisons started flying like popcorn in hot oil. People called this situation more layered than a reunion special, messier than a rap beef group chat, and more dramatic than a courtroom episode written by social media. One viral post said this saga has more twists than a streaming thriller that forgot how to end. Exaggerated? Absolutely. Effective? Completely. The algorithm, of course, smelled engagement and said, "Excellent, more." Recommendation feeds began stacking reaction clips back to back like scandal dominoes. Watch one take and suddenly your homepage looks like a 24-hour drama channel. Neutral viewers didn't stand a chance. You came for one update, now you're 12 videos deep. And emotionally invested against your will. Then the so-called insider layer arrived. Anonymous accounts claiming second-hand knowledge started posting dramatic statements. "I know what really happened. Y'all don't know the half. More is coming." These posts contain zero verifiable detail and maximum suspense, which is basically catnip for viral spread. It's amazing how confidently mystery sells itself online. Live stream panels formed like emergency meetings of the Drama Council. Multiple creators debating incomplete information in real time while reading unverified chat messages as if they were sworn testimony. It was loud, chaotic, and wildly watchable. Nobody had the full picture, but everyone had a microphone and strong vocal cords. Timeline investigators began syncing dates, repost times, caption edits, and comment deletions. Side-by-side comparisons appeared like forensic exhibits. Zoomed screenshots, highlighted timestamps, red circles everywhere. It looked less like social media and more like a detective show sponsored by screen recording software. Meanwhile, brand and reputation watchers started whispering about optics, not outcomes optics. Because in celebrity culture, perception often arrives before proof and leaves after apologies. Marketing minds begin speculating about partnership risk, platform, relationships, and image durability. When controversy trends this loudly, PR teams don't sleep, they hover. What really supercharged the outrage was uncertainty mixed with emotion. If this were a simple verified update, it would spike and settle, but ambiguity stretches attention. Like elastic. Every unanswered question becomes fuel. Every unclear detail becomes a debate. Humans are addicted to unresolved stories, and this one is serving cliffhangers like a vending machine. And through all of it, the phrase, "This changes everything," kept echoing across posts and thumbnails. Nobody could fully define what everything meant: career, relationships, public perception, but the emotional promise of total shift kept viewers locked in. It's the most powerful hook in modern scandal storytelling. Total transformation with unspecified mechanics. Some cooler heads tried to introduce nuance, reminding audiences that alleged jail communications are often restricted, summarized poorly online, or misinterpreted through repost chains. Those takes were rational, balanced, and algorithmically underfed. Because moderation is healthy but chaos is clickable. At this stage, the story stopped being about one alleged moment and became A symbol battle. Vulnerability versus accountability. Privacy versus publicity. Sympathy versus skepticism. People aren't just reacting to the rumor, they're projecting their beliefs onto it. And the tension is still climbing, because when a scandal reaches this volume without confirmed closure, the next development doesn't just add information, it rewrites the narrative. Now we enter the phase where viral storms either burn out or burn reputations. This is the fallout chapter. The noise is still loud, the debates are still flaming, but now the conversation shifts from shock to consequence. Not confirmed verdicts, not official rulings, but perception consequences. And in the internet era, perception hits first and asks questions never, because once a controversy, even one built on alleged moments and viral reports, reaches this scale, it stops being just a trending topic and becomes a reference point. People start saying things like, "Ever since that jail call story," or "after that emotional call rumor." That's how digital history gets bookmarked. Not by certainty, by impact. Public image is a fragile glass sculpture in a room full of thrown opinions. One viral wave doesn't always shatter it, but it can crack it enough that every future headline reflects differently. Supporters may grow more protective, critics grow louder, neutral observers grow skeptical, and skepticism online spreads like glitter, impossible to fully clean up. Right now, you can already see the reputation tug-of-war in motion. One side frames the situation, alleged call and all, as proof of emotional depth, vulnerability, and humanity under pressure. They see pain and respond with empathy. The other side frames the same reports as another chapter in a long-running chaos saga. They see pattern, not exception. Same rumor to completely different movies playing in people's heads. And here's where it gets even more interesting: relationship gravity. Whenever a story like this trends, everyone connected, friends, collaborators, associates, gets pulled into the spotlight orbit whether they like it or not. Silence gets analyzed, support gets screenshot, distance gets interpreted. A simple "stay strong" comment becomes a headline. A missing comment becomes a theory. Digital culture has turned association into implication. Guilt by proximity is now available in high definition. Industry watchers, the branding people, the partnership strategists, the behind-the-scenes decision makers, they don't just watch what happened. They watch how the audience reacts to what might have happened. That distinction matters, because sponsors don't measure truth first, they measure risk first. If a name trends next to emotional controversy and legal adjacent language long enough, caution emails start flying quietly behind closed-in boxes. No announcement, no drama, just slower replies and postponed meetings. Another major consequence zone is narrative lock-in. Once enough people emotionally commit to a version of a story, changing their minds becomes harder than moving a couch up a spiral staircase. Even if clarifications appear later, early impressions stick like superglue. That's why first viral waves matter so much. They write the emotional headline people remember. Meanwhile, audience fatigue starts creeping in, but not evenly. Casual viewers begin drifting toward the next big scandal forming over the horizon, because the internet always has a next. But invested viewers? They stay locked like binge watchers on the final 3 episodes. They want resolution, closure, the final reveal. Humans hate unfinished drama arcs. Content creators are already preparing the full timeline videos. You know the ones. Slow music, dramatic narration, screenshots sliding across the screen like evidence in a streaming documentary. Titles promising clarity, thumbnails promising truth. Because when confusion trends, explainer content cashes in. But here's the uncomfortable reality check: viral narratives and real-world outcomes are not the same machine. Comment sections don't decide legal truth. Meme pages don't determine official records. Live stream votes don't produce court documents. The internet acts like a courtroom, but it runs on vibes, not statutes. Still, public perception shapes opportunity. Interview tone changes. Media questions sharpen. Trust takes longer to rebuild. Every future move gets watched closer. That's the long tail of controversy, even alleged controversy. The microscope doesn't go away, it upgrades. there's also the emotional toll factor, and this part gets overlooked because sarcasm and spectacle are louder. Being the center of a viral emotional narrative, confirmed or not, is psychological pressure most people are not built to handle. Millions of opinions hitting at once is not normal human weather. That's a hurricane made of judgment. Support systems get tested. Inner circles get smaller. Trust filters tighten. When everything becomes content, privacy becomes treasure. What makes this entire saga especially sticky is unresolved status. No clean ending. No official wrap-up. Just swirling claims, interpretations, reactions, and emotional projections. That's cliffhanger fuel. And cliffhangers keep stories alive longer than facts do. The phrase "this changes everything" still floats through the discourse, but what actually changes is often more subtle. Tone shifts. Audience mood shifts. Media framing shifts. The story becomes a lens people use to interpret the next event. That's the real transformation: narrative gravity. And make no mistake, if a verified update appears later, it could flip the entire board again. Sympathy could surge. Criticism could intensify. New angles could rewrite old takes. Online opinion is less like concrete and more like weather, but storms still leave damage behind. Right now we're in the unresolved chapter. The fog phase. High emotion, low certainty, maximum volume. The kind of moment that keeps refresh buttons working overtime. If you made it through this entire roller coaster without yelling at your screen at least once, I need you tested, because this story has more twists than a streaming thriller written during a caffeine overdose. Allegations, reactions, internet detectives, meme mercenaries, the whole digital circus showed up. And here's the truth. This is exactly why you stay locked into this channel, because we don't just watch the chaos. We break it down, roast it lightly, and serve it back sizzling. Now don't just sit there holding all that opinion energy, drop it in the comments. What's your read on this whole situation? Is the internet overcooking another rumor stew? Is there more behind the curtain? Or is this another case of viral telephone turning whispers into earthquakes? I want your take: bold, detailed, and spicy. The comment section is the real after party. Hit that like button like it borrowed money and started acting different. Smash it with purpose. Subscribe like your curiosity just signed a lifetime contract. Turn on notifications so you don't arrive late when the next scandal detonates, and trust me, around here they don't trickle in, they explode through the front door. Share this with that friend who says "I'm staying out of drama," but somehow knows every detail 5 minutes later. Yes, expose them respectfully. Remember, viral storms never send invitations. They just show up loud. And when they do, we're already here connecting the dots and dodging the nonsense. This is Fame Ripple, where shockwaves get measured, hype gets